So Ridham, let me kick off with you because the recent Morgan Stanley report has been circulating, claiming why this is going to be India's decade. And everyone's been asking me, but how can it be India's decade when the whole world seems to be collapsing?
Yeah, thank you, India Today. Thank you, Abba. It's a real pleasure to be here. So there are four big trends in the world right now. We've got a problem with aging, so it's a demographic problem. We've got a problem with deglobalization. You hear China +1, Europe +1, everybody's becoming +1. There's a third issue with digitalization that's creating a disruption, and a lot of existing businesses, including media businesses, are finding it tough. And there's decarbonization because the world is obsessed about climate change. India probably is the only country in the world that's benefiting from all these four trends. There is really no other country that is on the positive side. Either countries are facing an aging problem or are going to see a big disruption of legacy capacities in fossil fuels, etc. Okay?
And we seem to be at an inflection point, isn't it, Ridham? Because in the overall context, even in terms of how per capita income is at that, just about that $2,000 mark.
Yeah. But again, Abba, with the risk of sounding pro-government, the fact is that in the last 5 years,
especially after the last session.
In the last 5 years, we've done a lot of heavy lifting on policy. So India is set to become the factory to the world. It's set to become the office to the world. It's undergoing a massive energy transition. We're going to get liberated from the erstwhile energy price volatility. And we've got this amazing digital infrastructure called India Stack. At the base sits Aadhaar, which is so unique. Nobody in the world has that. And it's going to give us digital solutions that the world doesn't have. So these are mega trends that are underway in India. Some of them are purely because of good government action. Some of them are private enterprises. But that's what's leading to our optimism that in the next 10 years, India's GDP will likely more than double. Our per capita income will be past the $5,000 mark. More importantly, the number of households that will sit at the top of the pyramid are probably going to quintuple. So they'll go from 5 million to 25 million, which is why Louis Vuitton has made Deepika their brand ambassador. We're likely to see strong stock market returns. And I'll just give you a little bit here before I hand it back to you. A lot of people say India has disappointed in the last 15, 20, 30 years. And I say, how do you measure that disappointment? Going back to the previous session, the point on statistics. Because India is the second best performing stock market in the world. Okay, so it is not likely that we have disappointed. We are only behind America in US dollar terms, okay, ahead of everybody else that people believe had done better than India. So a lot of change underway, and I cannot but just be optimistic.